Hi, welcome back to my channel, Jasmine's Creative World. Today we are going to be starting on our basic stitches. So, as the last video said, you should already have your 100% cotton yarn and the recommended size crochet hook. My favorite yarn to use is called Peaches and Cream, and it just comes in a little skein like this. It's normally like $2 to $3 depending on which one you get. This one that I'm going to be using is called Fresh Lilac. But they also have, if you want to make like a whole bunch of washcloths, they also have these bigger skeins that are super huge and you can get like a whole bunch out of them. They have a lot of different colors that you can choose from and so forth, so the versatility is really endless on these. So let's go ahead and start. I'm just going to slip off this label. And this is a worsted weight 4 yarn. And so according to the label that we talked about last time, the suggested hook size is 5 millimeters or a US-H hook. So I have my H 5 millimeter hook. I want to just take a moment to show you. I don't have all of the crochet hooks in here, but this is the case that I got in Walmart. It's really nice because it has like the holders for them. It has a nice pair for like shears, a really nice place for yarn needles in there as well. So then that way we can sew in the ends later, which you're going to need to pick up a set of those as well. So let's start with making a slip knot. Now the slip knot is really nice because you can adjust it to the size hook that you have, okay? So let me just zoom in a little bit here. So to make a slip knot, you're going to take and create a loop like this, twist, grab the long piece, and pull. So then you have this nice little hook here. So see, then you can put your crochet hook in there and just pull on the skein of yarn and it adjusts to your hook. So that's really nice. So let's go ahead and try that one more time. So create your loop, the tail underneath, twist, grab the long tail, and then pull the short tail to close that loop. One more time. So that's how you start your slip knot. Now this is good for a variety of projects. There's different ways to start, but if you're just going to start like in a line, then this is generally the way that you use. There's a different method if you're going to do rows and around, which I will show you in a later video. So let's go ahead and start with the chain stitch. So you have your crochet hook in your dominant hand, and you've got to hold the tail with those. So then you loop it around from behind, and then you pick up this strand right here with your hook and you carry it through. So then let's try it again, okay? So carry it around from the back, bring it through, okay. So now, as you can see, there's this nice little chain here. We are going to be crocheting into this chain, and it is really important that we make sure that our tension is okay, and we don't want it too tight and we don't want it too loose, because if it's too tight when you go in to do the second row, you're not going to be able to get your crochet needle in there. But if it's too loose, then your edging is going to be weird. So you just want to make sure you have that nice even tension. So let's do a couple more practice ones. If you're having problems with this and you're just starting out, what you can do is you can take and grab that loop and just put it over the other one, but your tension isn't as consistent. So if you want to get used to doing that first, you can start that way, but I would really recommend just using your hook to grab that piece of yarn and continue through, because it will improve your speed and your tension will be so much better. So I went ahead and chained 30. So go ahead and chain your 30 and then unpause the video and come on back. So the most basic of the crochet stitches is called the single crochet. The shorthand for it is SC. But you want to make sure when you are moving on to your next row that you have what is called a turning chain. So that just means for single crochet, you're going to chain one extra. And then when you start your single crochets, you're going to skip that chain that we just made and go into the second one. Now for a single crochet, you don't have to yarn over or anything. You just insert your hook into that stitch, grab the yarn, pull it back out to the other side, yarn over, and pull through both loops. So let's try that again. So insert the hook through the stitch, grab the yarn, pull it back through, yarn over, and then pull through both loops. I like this stitch because it is a tighter crochet. And it is really nice for washcloths and so forth because it's a nice thick stitch. You don't have to worry about like your fingers going through the spaces of the stitch. And it's just all around a nice stitch. So go ahead and I'm going to show you one more time. And then you can go ahead and pause the video and then do the remaining single crochets. So when you are done with that row, go ahead and stretch it out a little bit. And so just like when we started the first row of single crochets, on this side, we are going to go ahead and chain one. And then we're going to turn the work. Oops. And then we're going to turn the work around. So now we are set to start on the second row of crochets. The turning chains are very important because otherwise you won't have smooth edges. But another important thing so that your work doesn't start shrinking as it goes up is you want to make sure that you count the stitches. And that's something that's important regardless if you are new to crochet or you've been crocheting for a while. Because nobody likes to work really hard on the project and then it end up being a triangle. I'll never forget when I first started crocheting, I wanted to make a blanket. Well, I didn't know at that time that you were supposed to chain at the end and count your stitches. I was just crocheting along. Well, what it ended up turning into was a triangle shawl because I ran out of stitches. So counting your stitches is one of the basic rules of crocheting, but also in most or all cases, also chaining at each end. So now when you're working on crocheting your second row, you're going to look and you're going to see these little V's, okay? So depending on how you want to crochet, when you go to start, you want to go under both of those loops, okay? So go under both of the loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through both, okay? Go through both loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Under both loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So you can keep practicing for the next couple days on how to do the single crochet. You can either go ahead and make your washcloth out of just single crochets. It's really nice, really tight, has super awesome scrubbing power, or there will be a granny square washcloth pattern that I'm going to show you guys a little later. But for now, you just have to get the feel of the tension, and really the only way that you're going to get better at crochet is just purely by practice. So what I did when I first started learning how to crochet is I always just carried a small skein of yarn in my purse and a crochet hook, and whenever I was sitting somewhere for a long amount of time, then I would just pull it out and crochet a little bit. In fact, I actually still carry my whips, or my work in progress. I still carry them in my purse so that when I'm at the doctor's office or when I'm on a break at work, then I can just whip it out real quick and can work on it some more. So that is all that I have for you today. So that's your homework. I'm sorry, I'm giving you guys homework. It's just work on your single crochets. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys. So let's keep it up, and let's keep on growing the crochet community. Hello, you're crashing my video again. Okay.